All right, guys, another day, and we have more brand new spoilers for Dragon Ball Super. Now, we have some very interesting news coming out. There's a couple of things that I'm actually gonna want to talk about here. So let's just not really dick around and let's jump right into the spoilers, okay? So these are spoilers for episode 127 of Dragon Ball Super, which will not be this weekend's episode, but the following weekend. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So, of course, as you guys know, this weekend we're going to have a battle between Vegeta and Toppo, God of Destruction Toppo to be exact. Now, I think these spoilers are pretty interesting for a big reason. So, the approaching obstacle, entrusting hope to the final barrier. This is episode 127. 17's do or die move. Even though wounded, 17 lends Goku and Vegeta help in their battle against Jiren. Against Jiren and his overwhelming power, 17 helps Goku's and the others by acting on a very desperate strategy. So, the very first thing that we must talk about. 17 lends help to Goku and Vegeta in their fight against Jiren. Notice, there is no mention of God of Destruction Toppo. At this point, it appears to be a 3-on-1 against Jiren. 17, Goku, and Vegeta. So, it stands to reason that it looks as though Vegeta may be defeating God of Destruction Toppo. Now, if this is true, I'm going to say this is really disappointing. Toppo went out way too fast because they really put him over in the last episode. And for him to go down like a bitch, like this fucking fast, I don't know, fam. Like, I've always liked Toppo. I don't know, something about him. He's always very goofy with his justice, his mustache. You know, very goofy, but at the same time, you know, he was putting up a really good fight against Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And we're like, okay, this dude is a monster. And then throughout the Tournament of Power, you know, I've kind of liked the way he's positioned himself. You know, he's destroyed Vegeta with some clever insults earlier on. And, you know, him and Vegeta had that long battle. Then, you know, it looks like Frieza and 17 are going to be able to defeat him, and Toppo unlocks his God of Destruction form, God of Destruction powers. He has his, you know, his Hakai armor, his Destruction armor, which is nullifying attacks. Just absolutely impressive. I'm thinking, oh my god, I can't wait till this guy becomes a Dokkan Fest in Dokkan. So many cool things going on, and now it looks as though Toppo is going to be defeated relatively quickly. Now, to me, this is the problem that the Future Trunks arc had at the end, is we're building up. Vegito is finally here. Oh, that shit is wrapped up in 5 seconds. Oh, Zamasu, fuck him, he's gone. Oh, Trunks, oh, before you know it, blink, you're done. The arc is over. What the fuck just happened? I'm very, very fucking scared. I am fucking petrified that that is going to happen here to Dragon Ball Super. That we're building up over a year, son, of Goku versus Jiren. What's going to happen in Tournament of Power? And they're just going to, like, wrap this shit up so fast. It's going to be so unsatisfying. I am very nervous that this is going to happen. And, like, Toppo going down so quickly. Fuck, man. That, again, that's something that has me petrified, because I thought he was going to be really cool seeing Toppo, you know, fight for a while, and then eventually maybe they'd overcome him. You know, Goku could hold off Jiren, but Goku would get destroyed. Maybe, you know, 17, Frieza, Vegeta working together could defeat Toppo. Then at that point, like, Jiren would body the rest of them, and then, like, Goku would unlock Ultra Instinct, and then, you know, I don't know, maybe Goku would lose, and then they'd become Vegito to win. I don't know, some shit like that. But I don't know, it looks like that may not be the case. So, the other thing that's interesting, right, is 17's do or die move. Now, if you guys remember, several weeks ago, there were some spoilers that came out for Dragon Ball Super. Supposedly, summaries and episode titles for all of the remaining episodes of Dragon Ball Super. Now, I talked to Ken Ziro. Of course, Ken Ziro, that's the guy whose translations we're looking at right here. Obviously, shout out to Ken Ziro. Geekdom was very vocal that those spoilers were fake. Although at the time, I was saying, like, yeah, Ken Zaro saying they're fake, Geekdom saying they're fake. They're probably fake, but they did come from what was in the past supposedly I don't want to call it a legitimate source, but he had provided accurate spoilers for the end of the Future Trunks arc. Now, what I want to do is I actually want to go back and revisit this page. Now, the number one thing, most important thing is that supposedly all of this stuff came from this. I know Herms98 on Twitter did confirm that the Japanese in this picture does not line up with these spoilers. So these, like, very well are probably fake spoilers. Even now, like, it really, really, really looks to be the case. Like, I didn't think the fact that the titles weren't lining up, that didn't seem to be a problem to me. But, like, okay, episode 127... look how different the title is right here. Approaching obstacle, entrusting hope to the final barrier. The redemption of Frieza, a fight with convictions, right? That sounds completely different. And episode 127 on these fake spoilers, it's talking about, like, Topo still. So 17 supposedly turns his energy batteries into a bomb, has no effect, and then Frieza fights against the god of destruction, Topo. Now, that is not matching up with this whatsoever. So this is looking to me to be the final nail in the coffin of these spoilers. The only thing, I don't care that these were real or fake, that never bothered me. The only thing is that this was talking about fucking Vegito being Vegito versus Jiren being the final fight of Dragon Ball Super. I pray that that's true. That to me would be like the best ending. Like that, like for me as a fan of Dragon Ball, that's what I personally want. For me, one of my the best feelings is when I have hype for something and I'm building hype for something and then it meets my expectations. It meets my hype. Dragon Ball Super has done this twice so far. One, when Vegito first came, I remember, like, a lot of us were upset, like, why would Toei completely spoil that Vegito's coming back in the next episode? But then that week, the hype built up so high. I remember being in the mall a few hours before that episode and just being like, oh my god, like, I can't think about anything else. I'm so fucking excited for Vegito tonight. And then, like, the beginning of the episode, like, when Vegito first shows up, and then, like, he's cocky just like he was fighting Buu, and he dominates Zamasu. They have their like, rumble, and then they go into that thing where Merge Zamasu and Vegito, they both clash fists, and, like, they're pushing their fists at each other, and they're screaming, and then, like, the ground explodes, and I basically had fucking tears in my eyes. I was like, oh my god, when I found out that Dragon Ball was coming back, this, son, is what the fuck I'm talking about. I literally was standing up like, oh my god. At that point, I had to rewind all the way back to when he became Vegito to watch that whole sequence again. That shit was incredible. And then, of course, obviously the ending of that episode and then the following week's episode left a very sour taste in my mouth. I didn't like the way that arc ended. The second time Dragon Ball Super has, like, kind of done this with me is the 1 hour special. We found out Goku's new form would debut in the 1 hour special. Hype built. It built. It built. The episode releases, Crunchyroll crashes. We get the news that Goku's new form is going to be in Dokkan hours after the episode aired. Finally, I watched the episode, and that moment, the first part of it is Goku fighting Ribrianne, and we're just like, oh, please get this bitch out of here. Goku kicks her the fuck out of the screen. And then Jiren is standing there. That good music comes on. And then the God of Destruction of Universe 11, Vermod, he, does that little telepathy and tells Jiren, like, all right, my boy, crush Son Goku. Time to stop fucking around. The gloves are off. And that music starts playing, and that shit was so good. And then the whole fight, Ultra Instinct Goku at the end. Like, again, that was a moment where, at the very end, those horns, that really good Ultra Instinct theme was playing. Goku and Jiren were clashing, and I nearly had tears in my eyes. I was like, oh my god, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, if Vegito does come back and fights Jiren, that could be the third moment in Dragon Ball Super where I'm just like speechless, hype, excited, ready to go. So I'm hoping that that's how it ends. So I am pretty disappointed, I guess, that we don't, like, now it's, Vegito might not show up. He's probably not going to show up. That's the only thing I cared about in these spoilers was Vegito's appearance, because this does appear to me to be the nail in the coffin of these fake spoilers. I'm very glad I DM'd Ken Zyro back then, and I was like, yo, fam, these look fake to you? And he's like, yes, fam. And then Geekdom is, going crazy on Twitter saying, y'all motherfuckers need to listen. This shit is not real. I'm glad. I was like, okay, yep, he's probably right, because it does look to be fake. But I don't know. Regardless, guys, I'm super excited to see how Dragon Ball Super finishes up. Hopefully the movie at the end of the year is a blockbuster and it will inspire Toei to create a new series following Dragon Ball Super. That's basically all we can hope for at this point. And let's just hope that the boy, the homie Vegito, like, at this point, like, Jiren is so strong, like, I don't even think Ultra Instinct can take him down. I don't think Vegeta's new form can take him down. Vegito has to be the one. Leave it in the hands of Vegito. He can do it. Let Vegito come back. Let him finish up Dragon Ball Super. That is the way to go, in my opinion. Thanks for watching, y'all. Later.